Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome, Rie Hamaguchi, to the Introbiz Global Summit. How are you doing?
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for inviting me. What a privilege to be here. Thank you, Tracy.
No problem. Well, Rie, I mean, you've got such an inspiring, compelling story. And I know, obviously, we met on Clubhouse a few months ago. And obviously, I think you came into one of my rooms and you told us what you did. So I wanted to, obviously, for you to share with the audience today a little bit about yourself and where, where did you come from and what your challenges have been. So over to you, Rie.
Thank you, Tracy. Hi, everybody. My name is Rie. I'm born and bred Japanese, and I was dreaming to be abroad, reading the English literature, Jane Eyre, Charlotte Bronte's author, and Gone with the Wind. Always fascinating to meet my own Prince Baron Rochester or something like that. Anyway, cut long story short, I became after the study law in Japan, I became a government official. And then I had a choice to be a lawyer or trade ministry or agriculture ministry officials. And then in the end, the opportunity came from the universe. I became a diplomat, foreign service. After that, trained in Tokyo. After Tokyo, I was transferred to all over continent, Washington D.C, New York, and Vienna, Seoul, and Hong Kong, and most of the mid-Europe. And then I also organized the G8 summit, liaising prime ministers, and then conducting the 300 press officers, press journalists. In the end, afterwards, I was transferred to Moscow for 5 years as a consul, vice consul, looking after Japanese 1,000 residents and companies. And then I was transferred to London. So 20 years of diplomatic service. Then I spotted a fantastic opportunity in UK. It's a culture hub, finance hub. In the end, I departed my fantastic diplomatic career, and then I started from zero, started business, which is a property. After a huge adversity, ups and downs, betrayal, lost money, tenants ran away with a big chunk of rental not paying it. But now I'm a portfolio landlord, and also I'm a director of property and finance. We have access to infinite funds from the investors all over the world. And also I'm a director of Global Women Club Diplomats. Here I am.
So obviously, let's just go back to, because obviously what I like to do on the summits is share with people the challenges that we all have in entrepreneurship and in business and in our life. We all have them, but obviously it's how you deal with them. So let me just take you back to some of those challenges. Do you just want to share with the audience some of the challenges that you had along the way of your journey?
Yes, I was promotion after promotion because I was so good at it, working non-stop, 24 hours, 7 days a week. I'm a Japanese ninja or warrior. So for foreign service, the more hard work I did, and then boss liked me and then promoted me. So I was due to be ambassadorial position, and I was approached to become an MP in Japan. However, I felt that is the world in the diplomatic service was not what I expected, much rather inward looking. When I was in Russia, there was a coup d'etat. I was in charge of looking after all Japanese residents. I urgently asked the government to send us a rescue air jet. And then the answer was, check America, England, France, Germany, and Italy. Then we will consider it. That response really disappointed me. At that time already, I was a global level. So I did not consider just for the one nation. I was all over the world. So therefore, that really prompted me to question what rest of my life, how I'm going to spend my energy and value. So in the end, it was very, so many people opposed me to quit my job from foreign service because that was a high status, high social status, 5-star treat, red carpet. But in the end, I checked it because I really wanted to connect with globally.
Awesome. So obviously, go back to the property, because obviously you started in property. Was that when you came to London?
Actually, I was transferred from Moscow to London. I became an information culture attaché in Japanese embassy. And then since I was always non-stop traveling on my diplomatic service, most of the capital cities, Paris, New York, Tokyo, or Vienna, everywhere, the big city is a very lonely place. And relationship is really breaking down. So most of the lonely single people, divorcee, separated, kicked out from the family unit, they are very, very isolated. So when I witnessed all over the capitals in the world, when I came to London, I spotted the London is a place, lots of Middle Eastern, African, Asian, Chinese came to invest their money. They don't invest in their own country. Why? Because their own country's government is very unstable.
Right.
Therefore, yes, I spotted, I want to start a property and then provide for very hygienic and then comfortable space for single professional or some people who needs.
So you've got a portfolio now for those people? Is it service
Indeed.
accommodation?
Not a service accommodation. In fact, I do provide people who hardworking people, not benefit seekers, but hardworking professionals. I provide very hygienic, not over the top, not top notch, very cozy place. And then what I have been doing, I've been spotted, approached by global company, which is called Property and Finance Group. And they checked every single things what I do. I do also mentorship who all over the world, people who are not financially fortunate. Those people I'm doing for free. And then they checked on me and then they really, really agreed what I do because of the sense of value, and they appointed me as a director and also my diplomatic career.
Amazing. So, the people that you've networked with over the years and the global connections you have must be absolutely incredible. How important do you think networking is? Obviously with us, with Introbiz, we heavily invest our time in building relationships with people. How important do you think networking is, Rie?
This is a very good point, Tracy, because you actually your enemy is your own self. You really don't value and then appreciate what you have. As I finishing my diplomatic career, I thought my life is over. So I became a very behind the scene somebody's wife. And then I was very happy to be non-existential, not being seen. However, the marriage didn't work out, and then I've been kicked out. I became a homeless. I became a penniless, and then I didn't even, sleep, place to sleep. So my friend, sorry for me, and then she put me in her bedroom. So I've been kind of in a roller coaster journey, on the top form of the soon-to-be ambassador diplomat, became a totally invisible wife. And then I thought I'm happiest woman in the world. And then 20 years later, I've been kicked out.
Wow.
Yes, so I thought 20 years was totally wasted. And my financial situation was totally dire. I made my partner multimillionaire, but I became homeless and then penniless. So what I would like to send out, the reason why I am a motivational speaker, because importance of keeping your finance in your own hands. For instance, keep your remote control of your life.
Yeah, definitely.
That's easy, my message, because wherever I go, Dubai, Kosovo, Albania, Singapore, Malaysia, I encounter lots of women who are abused and financially in the ditch. They don't have even their own bank account. Everything rely on the partner being controlled. Therefore, the relationship gets worse, but there is no exit. So I've been through that. Therefore, I'm going to the whole stage everywhere and then showing this remote control. Do not let your financial remote control in anywhere, but keep tight in your palm, because I had no money. Everything was the joint venture and then heavy mortgaged. So that is my own experience. And then, to be honest, I tried to commit suicide.
Wow.
Soon to be due to be ambassadorial position and then to be MP, became homeless and penniless, and then nobody bothered to care about me. So I lost the hope. I lost the hope. What's the point living? Nobody care about me. And then my 20 years of devotion, dedication went to really ditch. So, but a divine intervention occurred. And then from that day, 19th of January 2013, I made a pledge. There is some deep meaning I survived, meaning I am not going to live for my sake anymore. I will find hardworking people, and then I want to share all my mistakes and my life experience so that they can go all the way up, 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 scale up to the moon.
Oh, incredible. So what would you say that you've learned, with those experiences that you've had, what would be the top 3 tips that you would give to people when it comes to the finances then?
First of all, I'm trustworthy. I'm easy to trust. That is a good quality. At the same time, weakest point, because when I feel sorry for somebody, sorry for something, straight away I reach out, and
Yeah.
then the consequence is they take advantage of my kindness.
Yeah.
Therefore,
Happen.
giving out money is not the solution.
No.
If somebody is struggling, don't give a food, give a fishing rod so that they can be self-efficient.
Yeah.
So I am now mentoring the young aspiring people, the background from all sorts of culture. And I do regularly weekly mentorship Zoom meeting. I share my knowledge and also experience, but I don't give out everything because they have to reach, they have to show they can do as well. So therefore, giving out money and then helping, like pampering, it doesn't actually helping people.
No, of
You
course.
you need to inspire people. Since I was young, I was always seeking the inspiration. So anybody who has so inspiring lifestyle, I always wanted to spend the time with him or her. So this is all my life. So now my mentees, they are desperate to spend the time with me. Even one of them volunteered to be a private chauffeur. I asked him why, so that he can listen to my conversation with auction or my client, and he can learn from what I have been speaking to other business associates and so on inside of the box of the car. I was very
Oh,
impressed.
yeah, amazing. And what do you love about mentoring? What sort of kick do you get from mentoring people?
Okay, in all honesty, it's all back to my only one dream. I had one dream since I was young. I wanted to become mother. My having my own children, to have a banter and jokes, and then really wanted to be a friends, but didn't materialize it. So
Oh,
once I attempted suicide, after that I was the divine intervention and then divine superior saved my life. Okay, in that case, whoever I encounter hardworking, honest, sincere people, I treat them like my own children. That's the thing. And then now the mentorship grew and grew and grew. So not only property, and I do support startup business young people who already launched some tea company or fashion designer or,
Oh,
the health retreat or health coach or all sorts of the profession. I am backing them up as if they are my own children.
oh, amazing. I know, well, what I love, when I'm mentoring people, I love seeing the transformation, from what they didn't know to what they then learn. Because obviously, knowledge is power, but only if you do something with it, isn't it? You've got to take action, you've got to do things. And that's what
Tracy,
I love
so
to see is when my mentees take action and they do
yeah,
the things that I guide them along. As I say, I never profess to know everything, but I do love to share my experiences, good and bad, because we all have them. So what
that's
would you
nice.
say is your biggest failure to date and what your biggest achievement is? So let's start with the failure. And I always say failure is good because you can learn and you can grow and you can develop from obviously failing, because I've failed many times. What would be you say is your biggest?
I had a birthday the last week, and then my mentees made a video, congratulatory video, surprise video. I'm going to
Ah,
send you later. That made me, tearful.
ah,
And then the mentee says, Rie, my mentor, you always share your mistakes and then bad time. I'm proud of it because end of the day, the honesty is the most key element touch people's heart. For
yes.
instance, when I was just about lowest of low and no hope to live anymore, and then out of the blue, it came to my mind, I want to become a mentor, but I have no money and no place to live. How on earth to become a mentor? No idea. But in the end, year by year, I didn't tell anybody, but the universe, law of attraction, universe sending me to those mentees. And also business consultancy, I came to here, it did came here. International business consultant, but I had no idea how. But now, last Saturday, I received an email that the biggest travel agency in Japan, they decided to appoint me as a consultant. They
Oh,
want me.
amazing.
They want to promote me to the all over Japan. To any company who wants to inspire their managers, they can choose me as a motivational speaker. And the one
Oh,
after that, so I have a quite few companies. They want me to help to globalization. So I am globalization networking consultant. So
oh,
similar to
amazing.
you, Tracy. So
Yeah,
failure
fantastic.
is actually respond to your question. Failure is a fantastic opportunity. Learn from it and then to turn around. Your karma is your mission. Once I have been trusted and then betrayed, my money was stolen one after another. When you became a vulnerable, they treat me like a dinner for the shark. I've been through a lot of hell. And people don't see that. I'm a cutie Japanese woman. I'm
Yeah.
always making a jokes after jokes. You know what? Life is too short. You need to laugh.
Oh, absolutely.
You need to
Absolutely.
laugh.
So what is obviously, you mentioned that you nearly or you attempted suicide. What was the turning point of you not actually committing suicide? What was that moment in your mind that flipped and changed?
No, actually, I was executed. I did, and then the some one action. It's not me. Something else happened because of today is not really. It takes overnight, Tracy. You need to come to my house so that I can share what happened. But
Oh,
that is absolutely superpower. It's not me. So that means my life is not over yet. That was a message from the universe. I firmly believe law of attraction. And one of my mentee is now also one of the speaker on this conference summit, the London's happiest bus driver, Patrick. When
Patrick, yeah, indeed.
yeah, when he came to in front of my eyes because he was introduced. Somebody recommended me to become his mentor because he was in and out of Majesty's residence. Therefore, he did not know how to adjust, how to live in the society. So he was looking for the coach, the life coach and the guide. So when he came to introduce himself to me, I was gobsmacked. Why? Because I was looking for my genie. The genie come out from the lamp,
Yeah.
coming out, and then your command is my wish. That the moment, my dream has come true.
Yeah, and like you mentioned about the law of attraction, I mean, that has worked so many times for me. Just tell us a little bit about that. How long have you been practicing and believed in the law of attraction?
I was brought up in Japan as a Buddhist since I was 5 years old, and very good principle and then courtesy and then common sense. I'm an eternal Buddhist. At the same time, I'm a spiritualist. Anything happens is not by accident. Always there is a reason. And also attitude. If you think that is a failure, it is a failure. But if you see it, that is a good lesson, and then you will able to learn from it and then succeed. So the spiritual is very deep, and then I do not take for granted. I always grateful. For instance, meeting you, Tracy, it was not by accident. It was meant to be. And we never know each other, but there is so many mutual people we know each other. And then what you are doing is exactly what I'm doing. We are a professional connector.
Yeah.
I'm connecting constantly.
Yeah. So what do you love about connecting people?
By nature, my parents were so kind, always helping people, always somebody suffering and who can help, always introduce without any financial reward.
Yeah, of course.
That is my nature, and 20 years of diplomatic career, like an international gypsy. And every few years you have to start from scratch, and then there is no permanent address. However, I loved it. I am a people person.
Me too.
Yes, so I'm not afraid. I don't have a fear to go somewhere new, to surrounded by new people. In fact, I get excited.
Yeah, I know, me too, and I love it. I love meeting new people because I always say every person you meet, there's always a potential opportunity, and I always share the story of never judge a book by its cover, because remember on Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts, and she goes into the store where she's dressed obviously in her thigh-high boots and a short skirt. The sales assistants didn't think that she could afford the clothes, and they foo-fooed her, they looked down on her, they made her feel small. But guess what happened? She met Richard Gere. He had lots of money. She went back into the store next door, bought a load of clothes, and then goes back into the other store where they made her feel uncomfortable and say, big mistake, huge, and walks back out again. And I think that's so true in life. You never judge a book by its cover. Always treat people with respect and be kind to people.
This happens every day in my life because I look so not English. So whenever I go, now in my area, in London, I'm well known. Wherever I go to the estate agent, they know me. But at the very beginning, the agent doesn't know me. They don't even bother to stand up to say, what can I do for you? They just ignore me. And then, when they treat me like that, I get excited because I'm nobody. For them, I'm like, they want to get rid of me.
We are all somebody, it's not that you're nobody.
Yeah.
You're all somebody, and I think everybody should be treated with respect.
Indeed. Therefore, the people whose surface materialistic way of judging people, when I encountered these people, I get excited. For instance, I was living in a mansion, bit like a White House. So every week I was throwing the concert or philanthropic charity event, and most of the guests arrived. And then I was, if that is a little bit earlier, I was, cleaning in the kitchen. They called me, come. What kind of lady is this mansion's residence? Who is the lady? They asked me. I said, is she nice? And then I said, And then after, when everything, the time has come, the party begin. I come down from the marble staircase, and then they were, they were shocked. I love teasing people. I love putting people's legs. So
Yeah.
the making jokes is important. Why? Early 20s, I was transferred to Washington, D.C. So I
Yeah.
was dealing with the White House, the political agenda. And then one day I was in a conference in the White House, and there is a very aggressive, confrontational conference because of the Japanese Automobile Association being hated by American Automobile Association. So it was a very bad atmosphere. Nobody bothered to say anything. And then one person made a crack jokes and made the jokes, cracking jokes. Everybody burst into laughing.
Yeah.
And from that moment onwards, everybody started relaxing and then jokes and then laughs. I witnessed for years and years ago how important the joke, the sense of humor,
Yeah.
open people's heart. Therefore, everywhere I go, I always introduce myself. Hello, everybody. I'm a accidental landlord lady who happen to have a pea-sized brain, and I'm a well-known pea-sized brain investor, and I'm desperately looking for the good-looking, young, energetic developer who wants to get their hands dirty quick. That's what
Oh,
I
I love it.
do.
It's amazing.
Everybody laugh, and then one particularly well-known female investor, she told me, Rie, wherever I go, you are unforgettable.
Indeed, you are.
Everybody remember you because of your sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you do, you have to have a sense of humor. And that's what, they say business should be fun. And, I say my business is fun. There's stresses in life. We all have our challenges, but you've got to make it fun. And we're only here once, aren't we? So what is next for Ria? What is going to be your next 1 to 2 year goals? Have you got any?
Good point. The base is of gratitude. Without gratitude, we can't go forward. So I am now practicing the gratitude list and then to speak loud. And also, believe or not, I never ever wanted to be seeing my face on the public domain. Forget about for social media. I resisted for years. But once I realized that it is not for me, it is for my mentees and also the people who associate and they're helping me. I want everybody to go all the way up and up and up. So I used to be the really how other people think of me. The people think of me the chubby and not pretty. That's why I don't want to be seen. But now I don't care. I'm a
No.
cutie Japanese, and
Oh,
yes, I am the only unique human being on this planet. So that is my base. So anybody who wants to, particularly now since the pandemic, I am shouting out to the world. Anybody who lost a job or fired or no income, please contact me. I have a good business opportunity. It's not 9 to 5 office work, but the commission based property related work. So one by one, people contacted me. Now they love to come to my mentorship group, and then I am teaching them how to become a professional property deal sourcer.
Oh, amazing. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on, Rie. As always, I've loved getting to know you more, and it was a real privilege to meet you. Thank you so much.
We need to get together, Tracy. We need to get together because we are so similar what we do.
Absolutely. Well, let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Tracy, I've been approached to business collaboration in Dubai and Singapore and Japan and Malaysia. And then yesterday I was approached to global company. We decided to work together.
Fantastic. Well, let's speak after the summit for sure, because it would be lovely to collaborate with you, Rie. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on, and I hope you all enjoy, Rie. Now, just very briefly, how can people reach out to you? Because you've got such a heartwarming story, and you're such a lovely person that you'd like to give to people. How can they reach out to Rie?
Yes, you can see my name, Rie, and then Rie Hamaguchi, LinkedIn and Facebook. And then I'm constantly sharing the free event and also great entertainment information. Before this interview, this talk, I was talking to Myanmar. One of my friends is suffering. So I decided to support her. So these kind of things I constantly putting out in the social media. So find me, Rie Maria Hamaguchi, Rie Hamaguchi.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Rie. Great to see you on here, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Thanks for jumping on to the Introbiz Global Summit. Bye-bye for now. Love you lots.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.